Is this the best smart ring for 2026? And how accurate is the lunar ring really? This is a question I wanted to ask as a 58-year-old woman who's serious about her health and isn't interested in being sold a glossy story. There's a lot of wearables on the market right now, promising to tell you everything about your body. But what does the data actually show you when you put one on and live your real life in it? Cooking, washing up, going to the gym, and sleeping. I've been wearing the Lunar Ring Gen 2 since the 15th of June, and I'm going to share what it got right, what it surprised me, and where I think there's still work to do. Luna gave me this ring to try out and share my honest thoughts. There's no fee involved, just the ring itself and my genuine experience of using it over the last 10 days. So for anyone who hasn't come across smart rings before, they're a bit like a fitness tracker, but instead of wearing a bulky watch on your wrist, it's a discreet ring that you wear during the day and at night. And the Lunar Ring Gen 2 is specifically designed to track your biometric data. Things like your heart rate, your blood oxygen levels, your heart variability, and feeds all of that data into an app called Life OS, which then turns that raw data into actionable insights about your sleep, your recovery, your stress levels, and your overall health. What's great is that you pay once for the ring and that's it. There's no monthly subscription fees on top. And for those of us who are living solo and maybe juggling various app subscriptions, that makes a huge difference. And syncing the app to my phone has been straightforward. You just download the app and follow the instructions. It connects quickly and the data updates without any fuss. Battery life has also been really good. I purposely didn't charge the ring for around 4 to 5 days, and it still had nearly half the charge. The beautiful portable charging case means you can top it up on the go without needing to find a plug. And for anyone who's worn a smartwatch and found it bulky, or hated taking it off to charge every night, this is a genuinely more comfortable and discreet option. At 58 and at this stage in life, I was really interested in knowing what is actually going on in my body. Not guessing, knowing. I want to start with sleep because this is where the Lunar Ring impressed me the most. Like all of us at midlife or over 50, sleep is something we often have problems with. We know that there's something not quite right with our sleep, but we also don't have the concrete evidence of what's happening while we're sleeping. And that's exactly what I wanted to find out and see what the Lunar Ring will show up. What's great about the Lunar Ring is the app breaks your night down into every phase of sleep. How long it took you to fall asleep, how long you spent in light sleep, deep sleep, REM sleep. It shows you both in figures and in graphs and how many times you woke up and moved around in the night. And this is what surprised me about the Lunar Ring. It showed me that I was actually getting more sleep than I thought I had. Who knew? But more importantly than that, the figures or the data shows me why I feel really good some days and I wake up refreshed, and some days I feel a bit more brain foggy. And what's really great about the app is that you can ask it questions, and if you want to, it will give you recommendations on how you can improve your sleep for that night. And this has got to be one of the most helpful things about the Lunar Ring and the app that comes with it. I've been wearing it as much as I can, whether I'm going to the gym, doing the washing up, sleeping. I wash my hands quite a lot and put lotion on. And one of the things that I'm having to get used to is taking the ring off or putting it back on. But you just get used to it, and now it's just a normal part of life. I did check with the Lunar AI assistant in the app whether it was fine for day-to-day water exposure, and it confirmed it's waterproof for those kinds of activities. The one thing that I have been more conscious of when I'm wearing the lunar ring is what I do have in my hands. So for example, when I'm washing dishes and the pans with the metal handles. And although the lunar ring is made from jet grey titanium, I still don't want to put it in situations where it will get scratched. I go to the gym 2 to 3 times per week, so when I'm lifting weights I take it off to avoid scratching it. But I keep it on for the rowing machine because the handles are foam covered, and for anything else where there's no risk of that type of contact. What's been really good about the lunar ring is when I log the sessions or the days when I go to the gym. The ring monitors how your metrics change after exercise, your sleep quality, your energy levels, your recovery markers. It looked at my actual data and told me that I needed more recovery time. It flagged that I wasn't eating enough protein to support the days when I was going to the gym. So basically it connected the dots between what I was doing in real life along with the metrics, and this gives it the data to let me know what improvements I need to make to feel better and to recover easier. As a nutritional therapist, I think this is where the lunar ring is genuinely helpful. I've been logging my meals in the app, and one thing it flagged quite quickly is that I'm not eating enough protein. And I'll be honest, I thought I was, but the data was telling me otherwise. So I've been making adjustments and adding protein in my diet where I can. And I have to say, I really can tell the difference in how I feel and my recovery days from doing gym sessions. For a lot of us who are at midlife or over 50, I think this is a really important information to have. From our 50s and 60s. We start going through a process called sarcopenia. And one of the things that we need to be careful of or be mindful of is having enough protein in our diet to support that process, which does speed up from our late 50s, 60s onwards. So when we have this useful data from the Lunar app, it can help us to guide how much or where the improvements really need to happen. It will show you where you can make these improvements from your actual metrics in terms of your diet, your physical activity, and your general lifestyle, not just some generic information that you can get anywhere. The ring also tracks stress levels, which I think is hugely relevant for us at midlife. Chronic stress affects cortisol, which in turn affects sleep, weight, immunity, and energy. Having a way to see your stress patterns reflected in your biometric data, rather than just feeling frazzled and not knowing why, is genuinely useful. Now, I said at the beginning that I will give you my honest opinion or thoughts about the lunar ring, so here's where I think it still needs improving. The first area where I think needs improving is the logging interface. For example, every morning I have my cup of coffee and I will add powder supplements to it, so things like maca, lion's mane and collagen powder. And every morning I have to log every supplement, including the coffee, from scratch. And I think it would be really helpful if there was a functionality within the app where it will recognize what I've done over the period of days and group them together to be able to have the coffee, the supplements and everything else in a block, instead of me having to input everything every single day from scratch. And on top of that, when it comes to logging your food or whatever activity you're doing, and you want to input the information at the time that you had your coffee or you had your lunch, it only has a time logging wheel. And when you've got 4 or 5 things that you want to log at the same time, I would like to be able to have the option to type in the hour or the number and the minutes, because it does take time to flick through those numbers.
Hi there, I am LifeOS. How can I help you?
I would like to log my caffeine intake, so my coffee for this morning, as well as all the supplements that I normally take at this time in my coffee. So that's the cocoa powder, lion's mane, maca, and collagen powder. Please add this to my timeline.
Surely I can save all of this for you, but I need 2 small details so I log it correctly. First, what time did you have your coffee this morning? Second, for the add-ins, which ones were true supplements you want logged?
I tried the audio function, and you've got to be really specific in what you're saying in terms of logging your food. Isn't as great as it would be when you're typing it in. Now I've left this towards the end because being post-menopause, I haven't used the cycle tracker part of the Lunar Ring. And I think this is where Luna can really make a huge difference for us women and create an app specifically for us women going from perimenopause into menopause and post-menopause. So having the ability to track things like perimenopause, sleep changes, cycle changes, mood changes. I didn't have HRT, but I think it would be helpful for those women using HRT, which is the hormone replacement therapy, to have an ability to track and monitor how they're feeling on HRT, whether their moods have changed, whether they've put on weight, brain fog, sleep disturbances, hot sweats, and whatever other physical, emotional, and hormonal changes. I know that certain patches or creams, you're supposed to put them on at certain times of the month. And I think it would be really helpful for those women to have some sort of tracker to support them through this transitional period. I think the Lunar Ring is really great. It gives so much information. And for me, as a nutritional therapist, I find all the information really interesting, and having the ability for the AI assistant to interpret the information is perfect. But I know if you're not so used to it, it can become overwhelming. Even for me, I still have to search information that I want. But if you're ever confused, the AI assistant is there to help you. You can ask it the questions. The best thing is that the answer it gives you is based on your data and not something generic. If you want to try the Lunar Ring yourself, I'll put the affiliate link down below in the description. It will give you a discount when you purchase the ring, and it will also give me a small commission to help me keep continuing to make these videos. Do you think having the ability to track what's going on with the changes of midlife, over 50 and beyond helpful? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.